Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to Rassle Rock with Rick Connor.
What the F was that entire freaking promo about?
Mark Hallbacher.
She's like the James Ellsworth of women.
And Cory Castle.
I look like Paul London and Brian Kendrick mixed.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Rassle Rock. We're having all kinds of problems over here. God damn it, I'm about to flip this table. About to flip the whole table over. I had it. I had enough. God damn it. There's so many problems going on and everything else. Oh, jeez. So how is everyone? How is all my wrestling friends?
Oh, it's fantastic. Fantastic. Doing great. Doing great.
Good. It's freaking cold out suddenly, and it's dark for some reason.
Yes,
it's very, very strange.
Very cold and dark.
I don't care for this type of weather, man. It's doing me in.
I dislike it.
We had like the nicest fall ever. It's been the 70s all the way through October. It's got to get cold soon, man.
I don't think so. I think we should just go from fall to spring. I think we should just cut winter out completely.
Skip it. Completely skip it.
Thanks, Trump.
Gonna blame him for that one too.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah, I know. We all can't have San Diego weather all year round, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
I like seasons too much.
Well, living in Center City, you get a lot of transplants, and this one kid was all miserable last year during the winter. He's like, "Yeah, my friend told me it's like San Diego and Philadelphia." I was like, "Your friend's an idiot." I was like, I've never seen it 10 degrees in San Diego ever.
Do people in San Diego always say "Booyaka Booyaka 619"?
They should.
They should.
I would if I moved there.
Everything is Booyaka Booyaka.
Everything's got to be booyaka booyaka. There's a story that came out yesterday. If we can jump into wrestling,
Yeah.
There's a story that came out yesterday about Zelina Vega. Did you guys hear about this?
No.
She got released from WWE.
Oh man, no, I didn't hear that story.
So
just a few minutes. Go ahead, Mark.
So they were saying that she posted something like "I support like unions," and then 10 minutes later they put the future endeavor message on WWE, and people are like, "Oh, she got fired because of that." I got a weird feeling she posted that before they had the chance to fire her. Before they had a chance to post that they fired her. I think she was fired, and that's what she wrote. Everybody's trying to make it sound like she was pushing for unions and got fired. I think they just let her go, and she pushed for a union.
I think both ways are shady. I mean, I think like she only would say it's like if she only would say that after getting fired, she sucks, and if they fired her because of that, they suck. So like it's however this goes, someone in the equation sucks.
Either way, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, what's going to suck? What about Aleister Black?
Right.
Like, his wife has just been fired. He hasn't even been on television, really. Like, what happens to him now? Like, honestly, the guy's so talented, and they're doing nothing with him. Like I said, he was another one of these guys. They thought he was going to be the next Undertaker. They're going to build him up like that, and then the next week, he's like basically off television for months. So I don't know what's going on. I hope he requests to get removed himself and maybe go somewhere where he'll be treated better.
That'd be wild to see what happens with him.
He's one of those guys I could definitely see going back down to NXT if they have one of those.
Yeah, but look at what
if we request it.
Look what they're doing to Lana. Look at what they're doing to her. What do you think they're going to do to Aleister Black?
Well, only if she appears in AEW. If Zelina Vega shows up in AEW, I can see them like going after Aleister Black after that.
Well, I could see her probably ending up back in Impact. Like she's got a history there. So maybe I don't know.
I would absolutely love it if Zelina Vega showed up in AEW and then Nia Jax started putting Aleister Black through tables on Raw. I would die laughing if that happened.
You just really nailed it. That's the best exact way that it has to go. It has to be
I
Aleister Black.
want AEW just to book Zelina Vega just for that, for no other reason than to see that happen. It's just the timing was really weird because of the tweet she posted and talking about unions and all that. But it is, I think either way, WWE sucks just because this is all connected to the Twitch streams and WWE trying to control all that.
So if she got released due to the fact that she wanted to make money, on top of making that money to be able to afford health care that they won't provide because they're not employees. So she wants to make extra money on the side, and they want to make that not happen. Want to make that impossible to do. So it's like a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. And
hopefully now she'll be able to go out and make that money, because that Twitch stream's definitely coming back now.
I didn't even know she had a Twitch stream. I know her and Tommy, Aleister Black, they have like a YouTube channel where like he unboxes stuff on there. But I didn't know if it was even doing that well. So like if that's what it is, man, it's just WWE. Another like ugly corporate BS that's going on with WWE lately. If you can hear me between all the fire engines in my neighborhood every 5 minutes. Never live on two of the biggest thoroughfares in Philadelphia. It's just fire engines and cops all day.
Check. Thanks. I'll never live there.
I will never live there either. So we'll see what happens. In other news, with the WWE paying people, it just released not too long ago about WWE wrestlers, the new ones that are coming in, like your Leon Ruff and your Joe Gacy and all these guys, will only be making $60K per year, which is still a decent living, but at the same time, it's not the $100K that they were getting. So it makes a lot of sense with them taking away, because they're not traveling around, they're not going to house shows, they're not renting cars, they're not renting hotel rooms and stuff like that. So I guess WWE feels like they can pay them less money.
Here's my question too: like, how much money were these guys making in Evolve? So, and then Evolve is basically non-existent right at this moment. So, to give them a $60,000 paycheck to at least still be able to work. It's one of those weird things. It may sound negative, but it might actually be a positive, because they're letting these guys from these smaller federations actually get work in, and I think if something happens where these guys get bigger in WWE, I think that's when they'll start seeing the money, Oh, yeah. So it's one of those weird things. Everybody's so negative on WWE. They're not seeing that a lot of these guys are out of work. There's no real independent bookings. Cory, you said it. You're doing shows where there's like no crowds. Like how, I don't even know how guys get paid for that.
Oh, paid? Who's talking about getting paid? We do this because we love it, bro. We do it because we love it. There's no money in it.
Yeah, man. We do have a show coming up on the 21st. It's a charity show, so definitely I don't think anybody on the show is getting paid. And all that money's going to Toys for Tots, but there's not going to be a crowd, definitely. I see what you're saying with the Evolve guys. I mean, they're definitely making less than $60,000 a year. And I don't think this is a terrible thing. Like, you can definitely live well off of $60,000. Problem is, if it's next year, if everything goes back to normal, are they still going to be making $60,000 and going to have to, travel and make towns and do house shows and everything else? Because a lot of these new guys aren't getting used yet. And if that's the case, then they're going to be traveling around not even being able to wrestle.
Yeah, right now, it sounds negative, but like Joe Gacy's getting $60,000 to go work out in the Performance Center. I mean, he's not on television yet, but right now he's got a full training facility, everything else, and he's basically on a retainer. That's what it basically is, and a lot of people attacked it, but they don't really see the positive in it, that these guys are actually making money. Are they on television every week? No, but they're at least having a way to make a living in what's going on right now. So, like you said, we got to see in the future when everything starts rolling back. Do they turn around and still pay him $60,000? They still have to travel. They still have to do all this other stuff. If they're only going to pay him $60,000, that's when it's going to be negative.
Yeah. Yeah, it's another we'll wait and see type of situation. So I guess we'll find out.
Funny to me and I make this point all the time. Like look at like how much like football players make, and like baseball players make, and like compare that to like your average pro wrestler. Usually they make a lot more money than us. So pro wrestling, WWE probably is as much of a money making business as these sports franchises, and they should probably take care of the talent more. And I mean that's a whole of pro wrestling. Like on the indie level, for sure, more money should be made. Like this graphic went up that was like, oh, build your best Survivor Series team with members of our roster. And then it says like for $15. And then they say like The Rock and this and that. And they put like $2, $3, $4, like $15, make your own Survivor Series team. And then indie wrestling promotions were putting up there. And I'm like, for $15, that's pretty much closer to what you're actually paying your talent. You shouldn't be putting it up there. It's not a good look.
Yeah. That's true. That's very, very true.
All right.
Yeah, man. It's a wait and see what will happen thing. AEW seems to be turning things around, though. They're definitely making some cash. I still no word on what they're paying their guys. That hasn't been released yet. But they're definitely doing some big moves. There's 3 AEW video games coming out. One is coming out at the end of the year, and the other 2 are set for next year. One's a big console game. I don't know if you guys saw the trailer.
Yeah, the other's like a mobile game. Yeah, the video that they put out that was like the press release of it. Whatever, it was like Kenny Omega doing like a Steve Jobs sort of presentation for the video game. And he brought up he wanted it like to be like No Mercy. It was funny that he said like No Mercy in there. And then like the Aubrey Edwards lady came out and she started talking about the game. And then the dentist lady came out. The dentist lady came out and she was talking about the T-shirts about the video games. And I'm like, what? All right. You lost me. I'm not going to look at T-shirts about a video game. I'm not watching this video anymore. I turned it off.
It was like a 20-minute video. The T-shirt thing, I think, was supposed to be a joke. Like they were presenting because it wasn't funny. I didn't laugh, but they were presenting it like, oh, when we started building our T-shirts, we started looking into cotton, and I think this is the way to go. And it was supposed to be a big Steve Jobs Apple presentation or whatever, but Cody came out after that doing the same thing with the black turtleneck and all that, and so there's a second mobile game that's going to be coming out this year that's basically just a casino game, but it's based around AEW. So I mean that's pretty good. I don't know if you can actually. It's going to be one of like the Vegas style where you can actually make money off of it, but it's it's basically a casino. But the console game is what really interesting. Cory, you brought up No Mercy. They actually got the developer that created No Mercy for the N64.
THQ and
yeah. Well, it's by Ukes, but I mean the developer that worked on No Mercy is working on this game for that. So that's what everybody I think is really uppity about. They're really excited about that. So much that they called the fire department.
It looks like people are lighting dumpsters on fire in Philadelphia right now. Actual real story.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so there are actually 2 or 3 dumpster fires in my neighborhood right now. So it must be a bunch of kids being funny and throwing lighting trash on fire in the neighborhoods. So
did you see I saw on Twitter that there was like Donald Trump supporters and Proud Boys rioting in DC, and I was like, oh, this looks bad.
We won't talk about it.
It's okay.
Y'all aren't oppressed. Things don't need to change. Calm yourselves. Yeah.
No, this looks like probably just kids. It's from what I'm looking at, it's all in line. It's like they're all about a block to a block and a half from each other. So it's probably kids riding around on bikes, just lighting trash on fire to be funny. Mm-hmm. You know, dumb city kid stuff. Bored, you know. But I was gonna say, is there anything we can talk about Raw? Because Raw was.
Well, I think we covered Raw on Tuesday, didn't we? Because we had.
That's right.
Right.
So we had a show on Tuesday instead of Sunday. So
should we jump right into NXT then?
Yeah, definitely. NXT was I thought was really good. The whole show started off with this big giant surprise. Johnny Gargano defending his title. I love this entire segment. He brought out a little tiny wheel because now Johnny Gargano loves wheels again, and it was clearly weighted down to land on Leo Ruff, and he's like, all right, I'm going to defend my title against Leon Ruff. And everybody forgot who Leon Ruff was because he just came out and lost for the last 6 weeks or whatever it was. And he comes out. Damian Priest does a distraction, and Johnny Gargano loses the North American Championship to Leon Ruff. This was insane. I thought that this was so over the top, but it was like what I could live the rest of my life without seeing another distraction finish. But this felt really right. Like this felt so. It felt done so perfectly, and just to Gargano's character.
It was a real underdog win. Like distraction finishes work better when the person isn't supposed to win. When you have two big name guys coming up and having distraction finishes over and over again, it's just doesn't you want to just see someone win, and it's like WWE uses the distraction finish way too much. And it's just like always, NXT is like a more traditional wrestling product, so they tend to use the distraction finish when it matters. And to get a guy like Leo Ruff, who nobody even knew really who he was, to win the belt off Johnny, what they're going to do with that if Johnny wins back next week, or they have Damian Priest beat Leo Ruff, or I don't know what they're going to do. But for this moment, we're all talking about him. And that's how you get a new guy over. Sometimes sometimes you got to do a surprise win or something like that to get the guy over.
It's like it's like Mikey Whipwreck, James Ellsworth stuff all over again. It's the same underdog story. I didn't know who this guy was. I don't really watch NXT. I was like Leon Ruff. I was like, are they saying Leo Rush wrong? I didn't understand, and then
it's Leo Rush.
It's gonna be what it is, and it'll be short lived, and I don't know unless the weird thing is if there was a live audience, there could be some sort of like wave of crowd support, and since there really kind of isn't, it's just kind of paid extras at this point. It's going to get over the way they wanted to get over, but who knows? But it'll be interesting to see what Damian Priest does in regards to it.
Well, the online response seems positive so far. I've heard nothing but good things about it. Not that so many people are really backing Leon Ruff, but it's more just the whole surprise win. And they love Gargano so much, and this is so suited for his character and everything like that. I think they're going to go for a Damian Priest Gargano feud for at least a little while, maybe up until War Games.
They should put long, floppy, droopy ears on him and have him play the piano. Like, wasn't that Ralph? What was the dog on the Muppets?
Oh, Jesus. Are you trying to say Ralph? Jesus Christ. You almost had a pun, and that would have been funny. If the guy's name was Leon Ruff, it would have been really funny.
That's his name now, Leon Ruff.
Leon Ruff. If I could do a Ralph impression right now, I would. But I can't.
Well, that's your assignment for next week.
Yes, I'll work on my Rowlf impression. But what I think would be really cool, this isn't a prediction or anything like that, but what I think would be really cool is if they did like a Barry Horowitz thing with him, we like have him win and win and win, like sneak out victories here and there. Like next week, have him challenge against somebody else, and he sneaks out a win, and it's like a winning streak that he's on, and that leads up into War Games where he has to face. Like a Pete Dunne would be great if he got in there with Pete Dunne for the North American Championship, because Pete Dunne would absolutely destroy him.
I was actually going to talk about that. Like, I think next week Leon's going to wrestle Damian Priest, because if you remember, gives him his car keys to get out of there. So Priest is going to basically say, "You owe me a title shot because I helped you out." And then I got a weird feeling Johnny's going to come out and Leon's going to win against Damian Priest, some botch finish. But I really think, because I really think those guys are on a tear, Pete Dunne needs to take this belt off this kid and then massacre him. And then they have the North American belt and the tag belts, and basically, they can say that they're better than Undisputed, because they're the ones with all the gold at the moment.
Yeah,
and I think it's really good for that storyline that they're doing with those guys.
Mm-hmm. That would be really cool. I would love that. You can't really be the kings of NXT with just tag titles and put gold on all of them. I don't know if Pat McAfee, if you want him as a world champion, but at least get Pete Dunne the North American title, or get Pat McAfee the North American title. Now that it's on.
Talking about that, I'm actually hoping this Monday that the Hurt Business wins the tag belts. No offense to Kofi and Xavier, but they've had the belts forever, and they've had them like 9 times. I hope the Hurt Business wins the belts, because I really think they need to establish those guys as like the top tier of WWE. They're to me, they're the best like imitation of the Horsemen I've ever seen with the suits and the talent level, skill level, like everything and just MVP on the mic with these badass dudes behind them. I think giving them 2 more belts to have them hold. Like we were talking on Monday, I really think MVP should just take the 24/7 title, because I think with his mouth and those 3 monsters backing him up, nobody would get the belt off him, and that would be a fun storyline. All these guys trying to attack him, and just the Hurt Business destroying all these bums in the back every day. Like it would give the 24/7 title a different feel. So, but I really think Pete Dunne should win this belt and like solidify the fact that the Kings of NXT are like, they should be reckoned with. And Cory, I'm not sure where you're at in the show.
I'm watching the lady with the scream mask just took their scream mask off, and it's she sucks, like real bad. She sucks.
I thought it was going to be Mercedes Martinez.
We all know the identity of the person who has the crappiest kicks I've ever seen in my life.
Well, I thought it was going to be Mercedes Martinez, and then a couple of the kicks came out, and I was like, That's not Mercedes.
No,
I thought when she came back to NXT, she was going to be the chick.
It was like the weakest crap ever. But yeah, that's what I just saw. the Tony Storm is it's pretty good, man. Candice LeRae, I just don't have an opinion on. But Tony Storm's pretty good.
I've been a big fan of Tony since the women's tournaments. I think she's a star in the making. I think they used her to try to help build the UK brand, but now I think they know they got to put her on NXT because I think she could be a star. And I think this is just a jumping point. I think this is more of what's her name, the one with the tank.
Shotzi.
I think this is more Shotzi feud. And I see Tony Storm moving up after whatever happens between Rhea Ripley and Io Shirai next week, which I got a weird feeling Rhea's winning the belt. So I'm not sure what they're going to do with Io after that, but I think Tony's going to move into a program with one of those two afterwards. And they need to, man. We were talking about NXT's hurting for stars, and like bringing Tony back is a big deal. Hopefully it'll turn into something. That's all I got.
We'll see. Well, that's all I got. I have to wait and see. I'm racking my brain. I cannot remember the girl's name that's on the screen mask. She's been on NXT before. I cannot think of her name.
She's like a second or third generation wrestler from what I've heard, but like they barely use her. She's only been on television maybe 5-6 times, and she's one of those people. Remember when NXT was like really floundering for like those few months, like trying to go to war with AEW, and they weren't really. They were too much like Raw and SmackDown. She appeared in there, and they were floundering her storyline then. So to have her as the reveal really didn't work well. It just wasn't. Yeah. It wasn't good. It really didn't seem to have impact.
They should have just not had her touch the girl, like, because she just got exposed for not being good at what she's supposed to be doing. She's just right away who goes, "Hey, look, I'm not good at this, and it's me who's not good at this. Look at like, it's just pointless, and I disapprove."
Definitely not one of the high points in NXT that week. You're gonna get up to it. Thatcher wrestled Dexter Lumis.
Yeah, I'm watching that right now.
Really good match. Dexter Lumis, man. I'm not the big fan of his gimmick, but that guy can wrestle.
I think I'm a fan of his gimmick, and I think I've been following him since like when he was in TNA. He did the Sam Shields gimmick, where it was kind of like the same gimmick, but like they gave it less like thought than TNA or WWE's giving it a different like approach, where it's like means more. Like they would like shove it down your throat a little bit in TNA, and like they did an angle where he like kidnapped Chrissy Hemme and was gonna kill her. It was really funny. But I like what they're doing with Dexter Lumis, and I hope it continues. It's a ripoff of Dexter, like for sure. Like he was wearing like the same like green shirt and khakis that Dexter wears when he kills people.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, he is wearing the button up Henley used to wear all the time in the show when he would kill people.
Yeah, and the black gloves.
Yeah, and I definitely think that was probably the highlight match, that in the main event, where you had Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch versus Breezango, and the finish of that is like really well done. I don't know. I guess I can talk about it now. You'll get to it in a minute, Cory. But
spoilers matter zero to me. I do not care.
Well, like I said, with the Kings of NXT, they're doing a great job because now like. The Kings in the NXT have gone after Breezango, Undisputed Era, and Drake Maverick and Killian Dane. So now you have these 4 guys who've legit beat up like 8 dudes, and now you have all these different like different intersecting storylines who you can have go against them. And I think this is really going to help Drake Maverick out because he's a mega babyface in the making. So to have like a good group of heels for him to go against. Because it didn't work with we were talking about while Rick was trying to fix the audio issues, they had him go against Del Fantasma, and then all of a sudden they just took Drake Maverick away, gave it to Swerve, took Swerve away, and now they gave it to Jake Atlas, and they're doing the same storyline with 3 guys. And if they just stayed with Drake Maverick, he would have made the storyline 10 times better because he's a better babyface than all 3 of them. I mean, the other 2.
Yeah, Jake Atlas is the beige curtains of professional wrestling. There's nothing interesting about him.
Yeah,
I've got a pipe. I'm going to hit you with this pipe. I'm a boring person. Boom. I hit you with the pipe.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, it's like you have Drake, great character. No, we're going to go with someone else. So they go with Swerve. Very understated character, hell of a wrestler, but I like his style. No, that's not good enough. We're going to give you Jake Atlas. And it's like, what? It's like,
jeez.
There you go. He's exciting as this piece of paper right here. Around here, people with baseball bats. He's talented, really talented guy. He just has no personality.
Yeah. He's a guy that they need to team up with somebody. Like grab somebody that actually has like a decent personality, throw them together. I think they'll make a good team because Atlas, like you said, he is really talented. He gets it done in the ring. He looks really good. The matches are always entertaining. But the personality-wise, there's just nothing to him.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, he's bland. Very bland.
Bland. Beige curtains. It's Vince McMahon's new saying. Just, he's beige curtains. Vince is losing his mind.
I'm kind of excited now. Maybe with Drake Maverick, they do something with him with the Kings of NXT. Like, him getting beat down a lot. Maybe he gets a big win later on over one of them. And it'll get over more than what they were doing with him with Del Fantasma and a couple of the other people. So, like, I'm actually looking forward to that. And Breezango is always entertaining, so to have them in that feud is good. And then you still have the Undisputed Era that's still sitting in the wings. I don't know what they're going to do with them yet because I don't know what's going on with the injuries and everything else. So
I have no idea.
Maybe this is War Games. Maybe something Undisputed they're going to do. Now it's going to be Breezango and Maverick and Killian Dane in the War Games.
Well, I thought it was going to be Undisputed Era against the Kings of NXT guys, Pat McAfee's team.
Yeah.
Pat McDonald's.
Well, we only have a week till they haven't even announced War Games.
No, I don't think it's happening before
or anything.
I don't think it's going to happen before Survivor Series. I think they're holding off, probably because they want Undisputed Era in it, and a lot of guys are hurt.
We can't call anything war anything. Nothing war. We have to stop saying the word war. So we're going to not call it War Games. We're going to call it
Hurt Games. Let's have the Hurt Games.
Hurt Games.
The Hurt business is doing really well. Let's get out there. Let's have the Viking Games.
Like when they put the Viking Raiders in there, it's like you guys can't be called. Oh wait, no, they were the War Raiders in NXT. I was going to say, so you still kept War Games there. Just when you go up to the big leagues, you're not allowed to use the word war anymore.
For some reason, it's okay to say the word war in NXT, but you can't say it.
They just add a T at the end and call it Wart Games, and everyone just wears fake warts all over their faces.
It's just frogs. It's
all frogs. Yes.
Don't step on the frogs; you'll get warts. It's Wart Game. Jumping back to AEW, there's a couple cool things going on. Did you hear Shaquille O'Neal might be coming in and wrestling? He's going to be joining the AEW roster. They just announced this on last Wednesday.
I just saw him. He doesn't look like he even tried to get in shape to wrestle, though.
It's funny, man. As I saw a thing on Shaq's Twitter like a few months ago. He was like training at Cody's school in Georgia, and it's definitely like some tie into TNT, because Shaq's a TNT. But like Shaq would come. It'd be great if Shaq came out and cut a heel promo, and he was like, "I saved Papa John's from racism. That was me." Because the Shaq bought Papa John's.
Was it Shaq-a-roni or something like that? They came out with a big pizza.
And he just like started calling Cody Rhodes like a racist or something.
Oh man. And then there was Cody Rhodes got his name back. He's allowed to be called Cody Rhodes again or something.
Yeah, that's good. They should have let that go a long time ago. I mean, that was just petty that WWE owned the rights to his name. It was just
that was just holding on to bullshit stuff to hold on to bullshit stuff.
We're joking about how they won't use the term war in their anything in Raw and SmackDown, but they'll do a lot of scumbag petty things that actually hurt the company more.
Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
It's weird. Cody he had an interview with I think it was WrestleZone last year, where he said that he absolutely had the rights to his name it had nothing to do with WWE. He just didn't want to do it anymore. Did something change, or is he just...
No, he was lying. He was lying.
lying.
Yeah, he was flat out lying. You know what else he was lying? He also had to pull back on another lie. Like there was like whatever that conference, the conference with the creators. I don't really know, but it was Cody was like, when I said the thing about the sports-based brand where statistics would matter, I was only talking about my matches. I don't know about everybody else's matches. So he's distancing himself from the competitive nature of professional wrestling. And he's like, no, just my matches are going to be competitive matches. I don't care about everybody else's matches. They could be as leg slappy and dancy tweedle toes all they want.
Wait, what was that again?
Twinkle toes. I said the wrong word. I didn't.
Leg slappy. Leg
slappy twinkle toes. Yes.
That's my that's my new phrase for when I don't like something. It's just a little too leg slap with tweedle toes for me. I don't like it.
Yeah, dude, they had a lot going on in AEW this week. We have MJF joining the Inner Circle, and that definitely looks like after the little Vegas trip they do this week that they'll video, they're going to start showing either signs of him either taking over the group or I guess this is Jericho's final run. I think he's going to end up getting turned on and being a babyface and having a major match and then probably fading away. I think he'll start doing commentary and then I'll have a 4-man commentary team on AEW. But
yeah,
it looks good, man. It looks like it's going to be a good storyline. I like MGF, and of course, everybody likes Jericho. So this should be a good feud in the future. Besides that, Pac came back.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that. Pac just came up kind of out of nowhere. I kind of forgot that he existed. A lot of people seem happy that he's back. They were looking forward to it, and they're excited now to see him back and see what he's going to do. They didn't do anything with him before, so I don't know what people are so excited about.
I remember the one pay-per-view that I watched for AEW. Pac wrestled Kenny Omega, and it was hibachi grill. It wasn't bad, but just the real hibachis were bad.
I don't know. So people seem excited for it. Hopefully they got something in store for them. They got something big planned for them. They're going to actually use them.
It looks like to me right now it's going to be Pac and Phoenix versus Pentagon and Eddie Kingston, and it's just like you see the four in the ring, and it's like one of these kids is not like the other. You got Eddie Kingston, a great mic worker, but like he can't move like those three guys.
Right.
I got to see how he's going to mesh with that, but at least the mic battles will be really interesting between him and Pac. So
yeah,
they should be really fun.
Should be. It should be. It'll be very interesting in the next couple of weeks to see what all breaks down. Does AEW have a pay-per-view coming up anytime soon? They just did Full Gear.
I don't think so. I think they're good, man.
Can we predict what the name of the next pay-per-view is going to be? Take a little guesses. They're all pretty dumb pay-per-view names. The Great American Rash.
I don't know. Balls out on the table. I don't know. That's what I was. Hey, welcome to AEW Balls Out.
Be some great promos though. This Saturday we're gonna go balls out.
I'm booking it. I'm booking it right now. Copyrighted. Cody, you gotta come through me, you son of a bitch. You lying bastard about your name. Gotta come through me for my shit. All right, man. I think it's about that time, don't you? We come to this point every week where we find out What spotlight shined on what guy for whatever it's called? But who wins wrestling?
Who wins wrestling? Blah, 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 blah.
An awesome theme song.
I love it,
Mark,
man.
how about you, man? What do you got?
Rick, I go first.
Yeah, sure.
I was fighting over a lot this week because there was a lot of highlights. I wanted to go with Chelsea Green showing up on SmackDown, but then she broke her wrist again, which was really heartbreaking because I think she has a chance to be a star over on SmackDown. And I was going to go with Pac, but then after watching NXT, I have to go with the Kings of NXT. Those guys are killing it. The mic work is on point. McAfee can actually sit with the announcers and do a match. Like he was calling the match and it wasn't annoying. They were interviewing him and he could talk. And then they're really starting to push Pete Dunne as the enforcer. And it was a really good job by that. And I really like this crew. I like what they're doing. And one thing I've been saying for years is WWE needs more factions. And I think they're slowly starting to learn that they do.
Yeah, man. Kings of NXT. I'm looking forward to it. Corey, what do you got, man?
Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn, really?
Yeah.
Just
Dude,
for
you don't get to
first
see him
time?
wrestle very much. You don't really get to see him wrestle very much like you used to see him wrestle all the time, but now it's like they space it out a good amount. And they just gave you a free match there on Fox, but he had a decent match. I don't remember who won or lost. Like I said, I don't care about spoilers and winning and losing. Doesn't matter to me. But the fact that he had a really entertaining, fun, competitive match.
There's Apollo Crews, another really talented guy. So
Yeah.
So
That was a
Sami
really
Zayn-
that was a really good finish with the
the apron
stuck
off.
his leg in.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Nobody's ever done anything like that. So that was really cool.
That was really innovative and it was really interesting to watch. And I don't mind stuff like that when they get screw job finishes, but it's imaginative and it's actually something different that I haven't seen before.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go flat out with Leon Ruff. The guy just came in.
Oh, not Leo Rush.
Not Leo Rush, no. Leon Ralph, the guy from the Muppets.
Leon Ralph.
Yeah. I'm going to go with him this week. Just because that was it really got everybody talking. Everybody knows this guy's name now. Cory, you didn't even know who the hell he was before you saw him just now, but now he's on the top of everybody's list of shocking things that happened, at least in the past couple of weeks. So, yeah, man, Leon Ruff, good for you. Way to earn your $60,000 a year. Leon Ruff.
It's like they have a time clock. They got to clock in. Put on your little apron and your name tag.
Damien Priest gives him the card. He's like, he's gonna come back and be pissed off. Go, get out of here, get out of here. He was like, wait, I have to punch out.
I have to punch out first.
He'll do what all his bartenders do and text Damien Priest, I forgot to clock out. Can you punch me? Damien Priest is going to walk over and find his card.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Like I do when I leave the bar all the time and I text the poor bartender still there. I was like, forgot to clock out. What's your number? They gotta log in the register and clock me out. How much you declaring in tips?
Oh, man. Just clock me in early. Just clock me in early tomorrow. It's fine. We're about that point of the show where we're just about done. Mark, do you have anything to plug?
No, I got to go to work.
He's got to go to work, folks.
I was going to say one thing. Everybody be safe. They haven't announced it yet, but it will come tomorrow. Everybody on the East Coast, Jersey, New York, be safe. They're about to lock everything down again. It's going to be a modified lockdown. It's going to be a lot looser than the one in March, but we're about to get locked down. So everyone try to stay safe, mentally safe, and hopefully this time this will work and clear the damn country up so we can everybody can get back to work. So
let's hope. For God's sake, let's hope. Cory, what do you got, man?
as I say every time, if you're enjoying the content that we're putting out, Wrestle Rock episodes, we put out new episodes weekly. We have a lot of fun doing it, and we hope that you guys have a lot of fun listening to it. If you're consuming the content and you're listening to it, if you're watching it on Rick's YouTube channel, go ahead and let us know you exist. Leave a comment below, like review the Apple Podcasts, or follow us on any of the podcasting apps where you listen. Like, reach out to us. Let us know what you think. Any questions you've got. You can reach out to us. We'll give you an email address in the future. An email address, and we'll read your messages on the show if you'd like. And also, go subscribe also to my podcast, Evolving with Cory Castle. And I hope that y'all are also staying safe out there. Be fun, have safe, keep evolving.
Definitely. Yeah, man. Everybody stay safe out there. These are absolutely crazy times. It's going to be absolutely nuts for a while, at least until the end of the year. But just hope everybody just don't go too crazy. Don't go lighting any dumpsters on fire. Mark's already got a bad enough time.
It's quiet now. Finally, it's quiet. No fire in the last 30 minutes.
Yeah. I got the same stuff I always got every week, man. Check out my YouTube channel. It's tinyurl.com/YouTube Rick Connor. We're going to be doing Rassle Battle Rock pretty soon. That's kind of coming in December 13th is when that starts. You can check out a whole bunch of pro wrestling on there. I just posted a match with me teaming with Cory Castle against Eddie Valentine and John Dahmer, and probably the weirdest match we've ever been in, the jailbreak match.
The jailbreak match?
The jailbreak match. That's officially up on YouTube.
Is it forgivable for me to not watch that match? I remember being there. I remember it. I don't have to watch it again.
Yeah.
Wait,
that's fine.
can you tell me the concept? Because I might have to watch this.
Oh yeah. Well, it's a lot like a ladder match, except the ceilings are so low that we had to use a step stool, and there was a handcuff key hanging from the ceiling, and myself and John Dahmer were handcuffed on the outside to the ring posts, and the first person who got the key got to unlock their tag team partner, but you couldn't make any other pins until everybody. I don't even know until everybody was in the ring. It was one of those deals.
Sounds confusing.
So it was like the other partner can get let go, and then two guys against one until the other guy somehow can wind up getting let go by the referee or something. I don't remember what that was, but it was just like, Dahmer got out, and then Dahmer and Eddie just beat the crap out of me for like 40 minutes until Rick got out.
And then for some reason they used legit police issued handcuffs instead of like the little toy ones where there's a lever on the side that you can just press to get out. And the key wouldn't work for me, and I was legitimately handcuffed to a ring post. For somebody, it just wouldn't work. So there was just a lot of vamping. There was like 10 minutes of just, I guess we got to beat up Cory some more because we can't get Rick out of these handcuffs.
Oh, bro.
So, yeah.
We should start putting any of your matches. We should start doing commentary on your matches and put that up. Like once a month, put up one of your old matches with you two together in it and we'll comment on it.
If the demand for it is there, sure. If the audience will be there for it, sure. But if
I think if we get Nick or Sozio, the commentator, or even Matt, if we can get Matt Flowers to come back and do it, I think it would be hysterical.
If we do it and it gets 4 views on YouTube, I'm absolutely not doing it. If you can promise me at least 5,000 views on it, absolutely we'll do it.
No. There's no way one of our matches is getting 5,000
No,
views.
I know. I'm saying this because I don't want to do it. And this is my way of going if I make the demand so high.
Oh my God.
Never be able to meet them.
Nick and Nico, I need your help. I want this done.
You guys are listening. This might be a Rassle Ball Rock video at least. We have to at least watch the jailbreak match. All right. So
Can you bring Ash out of the shadows and have him comment, please?
Oh God. Do you want them to delete my channel? forget getting demonetized. They'll just ostracize you completely and just completely delete it.
I just did an episode. YouTube just pulled me on some copyright stuff because I pulled up The Greatest Love of All by Whitney Houston, and I was singing over it, but they cut it out. They were like, you can't post that, copyright. I'm like, whatever, no one cares. I'm like, it's not like I'm getting any money from YouTube.
I personally care about my YouTube channel, so please come and see my stuff because I care and I put a lot of work into what I do. But check out the Teespring site as well. Everything on there is connected to some type of charity. I'm going to be revamping the whole site. A lot of our stuff still says Wildfire Radio on it, so I have to redo a lot of stuff. And we're going to take care of all of that before Rassle Rock. It's teespring.com/tours/Rassle-Rock. Also, I mentioned it earlier, November 21st, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, streaming live on Twitch TV. Super Fight Wrestling is presenting Born to Fight, which is going to be a show that I'm going to be hosting and doing ring announcing of and doing commentary all at the same time, all without a microphone. It's going to be fantastic. Corey Castle is also on the show. You're going to be taking on Grey Wolf, is that right?
That is very correct, yes.
Yeah, Corey Castle versus Grey Wolf live on Twitch TV. All donations go to Toys for Tots, so it's very important. Check it out. That's November 21st, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Twitch TV. Super Fight Wrestling. It's going to be very cool. And that's about it. That's all, folks. We are out of here. That is it for this episode of Rassle Rock. I'm Rick Connor.
Mark Halbacher.
Corey Castle.
And let's take it out like we always do with Mr. Nick Bird.
It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. Join us again for another episode of Rassle Rock. This has been Jay Davis speaking.